Hello there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop right here in the amazing Nashville studios, and thanks for joining me as we explore everything to help make your Glock better. Now, today, we're going to talk about a new Magwell that will actually work with backstraps, and that's one of the big concerns, for the Gen 4, Gen 5 guns. They have backstraps. A lot of people like to use the backstraps to adjust the grip of the gun itself. And many Magwells are not made for backstraps, but this one is. So we're going to show you all about it and get it using. This is a Glock 45, which, as you know, if you don't know, it actually has the full-size Glock 17 grip with the mid-size Glock 19 upper. But this one also has the ramjet on it. Okay, so it looks a little bit longer. So it kind of looks like a 17, but we're talking about the Magwell. And now, if you've watched a lot of my videos, or any of my videos, you know that I like Magwells not only for the ability to reload, which makes a lot of sense because it gives you something to kind of aim for as you put a magazine into the grip itself. However, really the main thing I like about Magwells is they help improve your grip. They give you kind of a reference point. You kind of, as you get on the gun, you kind of know where you're at and you know you're there every time. It helps force your hand higher up on the grip, which is really what you want to be. And then it just feels better in my mind to have that Magwell down on the bottom. All right. Now this Magwell is available for a Glock 19 and a Glock 17, the 17 or 45. Like I said, it's got the full-size grip. It does go on with backstraps. So I'm going to show you how to install it with the backstraps. First, let's talk about what you get. You get, of course, the Magwell itself. You also get two plugs, a 17 plug and a 19 plug, Gen 4, Gen 5. And you also get two screws that I'll show you how they work. And then this is a little adapter ring. We're going to talk about that a little bit later for the Glock 17 if you don't use your backstrap. Okay, so the first objective, of course, is to make sure your gun is empty, right? Okay, this gun is empty. There's no magazine. Pull the trigger in a safe direction. There's no ammunition on this table. No loaded magazines on the table. Really important that you keep your workspace clean because it's just too easy to load the gun and go bang. All right, now that said, the first step we want to do is install the plug. And I've got the Glock 17 plug. It actually says right there, GS 17. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the plug into the little channel here behind the magazine well there, and actually just get it lined up on those grooves. And if I can see it, I can make it happen. There we go. All right, so it's lined up. You'll see there's a hole in the plug. That's going to correspond with a lanyard loop hole. And so I'm going to push that all the way down. And there it is, and the holes line up. And so while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and take my set screw and lock that in place. Okay? So I'll go ahead and get this started and get this set screw into the Magwell. Let's see if I get, there we go. That's a little better. Now, you notice that I started turning it and there was a little bit of resistance. The screw wasn't quite lined up with the threads of this screw. Now, keep in mind, the plug is aluminum. The screw is steel. So if you have resistance, just back it out a little bit and then start again, because you don't want the steel to strip the threads on the inside of the plug. And that goes with just about anything you're going to do with guns when you're talking about steel versus aluminum, especially a lot of little screws that go into aluminum pieces. The screws are typically always steel, and they will defeat if you go in the wrong way and you really force it. It's going to force its way in there. It's going to strip those threads. So be very careful and just be cognizant of the fact that if you feel resistance, back it out a little bit and let it go back in. All right, plug's locked in, right? Now, we want to go ahead and install the backstrap. To do so, I'm going to remove the existing trigger housing pin, and I'm going to install what comes with the gun, a little more extended trigger housing pin. But first, I want to just take the existing trigger housing pin out with this little punch. It's a 3/32 inch punch, which is basically your standard disassembly tool for Glock. Actually, Glock gives you a cool little plastic punch, which is longer than the punch I have, so it actually just pushes all the way out. And out comes your existing trigger housing pin. And this is the extended trigger housing pin for the back straps. And you get the idea, because the back straps are going to be a little bit bigger. They're going to need to have something more to hang on to. To put the back strap on, this is the Glock 17 backstrap, okay, the full size. We're just going to snap it in place here. And so I'm going to kind of come up here and get it into its position, and it will snap in place like that. You hear the snap? And it basically has locked itself in. And if you look through the holes, you can see some light. So that's a good thing, right? So everything's lined up. So now I might as well go ahead and put my longer pin in right now. Okay, so you see I'm using just a little roll of duct tape as my armorer's block. Nice, because you can actually, not destroy or damage or hurt the gun at all. Get that pin started, just tap it in. Now, we always want to make sure that we intersect on the back side good, and it looks like it's coming, so I'm going to give it a couple more taps, and it looks like it's perfect. Yeah, that was good. So it's catching on both sides, it's flush on both sides, and it looks just like I want it to look. And now, we're going to go ahead and get our actual Magwell in. Now again, this is an unusual piece because it does fit with the back straps, and that's one of the key elements to this entire new product here. So what we want to do is we want to capture the nose of this like so, all right? And as I capture that, I want to push it on. Now you got, again, this is a plastic frame, so you can bend it a little bit to make it work. So you get it in there, okay, and you'll see that it's really tight, and it's designed to be really tight. So I'm going to squeeze one side on, squeeze the other side on, and I'm going to try to squeeze the frame in a little bit just like that. And now I've locked it in place. And I want to look inside and make sure that there's no gaps between the actual Magwell and the frame itself. And it looks like it's really in great shape. And I've got everything all set up, you can see right there. And now to capture it onto the gun itself, there's another little screw that goes into the hole there that's going to screw right into the plug that's sitting in there. And again, I want to make sure I get this thing lined up right. So I'll look inside there, get that screw kind of set down there, and take the other included Allen wrench and kind of just get it started a little bit. Again, now if I feel any resistance, I'm going to back it out. There we go. It's starting to bite now. Feels good. And perfect. Now this is why you want to lock the plug in first, because if you start screwing this and the plug is not locked in, it's going to back itself out of the frame a little bit because the screw action is very strong. So you just go ahead and get it lined up, and voila, there it is. And that's the installation. You can see what this is doing. It's giving my little pinky finger a reference point on the frame. It's pushing my hand up as high as can be. And then now for my offhand, again, we're going to come up here with this offhand, and I'm going to put my other pinky finger on my left hand, my offhand, under the other one there, and wrap it around. And all of a sudden now you can see what's happening. I've really got a nice firm grip. And this piece right here, this little lip on this Magwell, helps accentuate that grip. And that's what the Magwell is really about in my mind. It's nice, of course, to reload and all that, but chances are you're not going to be doing speed reloads in a self-defense situation. In a combat situation, or like I said, a competition situation, that's what I meant. Yes, you could be doing speed loads, but then you'd probably have a bigger Magwell. This is more of a concealed carry or self-defense Magwell, and again, it's designed to work with the backstraps, which is perfect. So there's the easy installation. It's literally 2 or 3 minutes. Don't have to take the gun apart at all. Really, the only thing we're doing is just taking out the pin there. Now, if you don't want to use the backstraps, there is an option, and we give you a little piece here to kind of dress it up a little bit. Because if the backstrap's not there, there's going to be just a small little gap there. And so you just put this little piece in there, and it just cleans it right up. So it's really a simple little installation. It's a nice little Magwell. It's the Fast Magwell here at the GlockStore. And if you're looking to improve your grip, improve your shooting, this is a good option. I'm Lenny McGill. This, of course, is the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, listen, if you're ever in Nashville, this is a dynamic city. A lot of people coming just to travel and just to visit and to vacation and all that, but a lot of people are moving here as well. I mean, every day I see someone walk in the store who used to live in California, used to live in New York, used to live in Chicago, whatever. They're coming down here because it's a free state. You can actually, buy a suppressor here. Imagine that. But we've got a great store. We've got shoot 270 shoot rooms, which are really fantastic. Something different. We don't shoot down lanes here. We shoot in multiple directions at multiple targets. If you're in Nashville, love to see you here at the store. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.